The third are the actions that we take. So the actions that we take is all about being able to be consistent with what we say, because actions speak louder than words. How many of you know that? Okay, how many of you are parents? Parents, raise your hands. Okay, you've already learned the lesson, right? Okay, because our children do not listen to what we say. All right, they watch what we do and they repeat it back to us. So we learn that lesson. So actions are powerful. They really are. They're much more powerful than words. So we need to be cognizant of the fact that if we say something to ourselves, we make a promise to ourselves and then we let ourselves off the hook, we are in the sympathetic state. Just like that. Just like that. You say Monday morning, I'm going to get up and go to the gym. Monday morning comes around and you say, oh, just 10 more minutes of sleep. That puts you in the sympathetic state right away. So we have to learn to live a life of integrity, to really honor our word, not only to others, but also to ourselves. Easier said than done. The fourth secret to influencing the central nervous system is the company we keep. Yes. Did you know that the people that you surround yourself with absolutely affects your health? Did you know that? We actually have research on this. There's this fabulous book called Connected. Fantastic, because it shows that not only are the 5 people that we most associate with going to influence our health, but also who do they associate with? And who do those people associate with? So there's about 3 layers thick of what influences our health, our life, everything. So we need to be mindful of who we associate with. So I always tell people this, think of the 5 people you most associate with. Think of that right now. I want you to think of those 5 people. Think of them right now. Now, here's the question for you. How many of them suffer from stinking thinking? 1, 2, 3, 4, or all 5? Okay? Now, if you've got more than 1, you may need to do a peopleectomy. Now, it doesn't mean you stop loving them. It just means you love them from further afar. That's all. And you build up that inner circle of 5. Build it up. There's a wonderful gentleman by the name of Al Schmidt. How many of you know Al? Al? All right, so Al got to this point in my seminar, and for the first time he came to one of my seminars, and he got to this point, and he said to me, oh my, I need a whole new set of friends. And at 80 years of age, he created a whole new network of friends. For his 81st birthday, I was one of his honored guests at Faux Fresh. And he had 25 new friends that were all positive and plant-based. It was extraordinary. Yes, you can build your circle of friends. You can intentionally do it. He did it at 80. All right, so there's never too late. You can do that. So it really makes a difference. So your friends are important. Now, the 5th secret is the one that really throws a curveball for a lot of people. And that is this. It's the food that we eat. Now, you may have thought about food from a lot of different perspectives. Does it look good, taste good, smell good? I'll eat it, right? Does it have the recommendations of many different experts? Well, I'll eat it. You look at how many of you read the labels? You read the labels, check on the food, right? And if it has certain things on the labels, you'll eat it, right? But how many of you have ever thought that there is a neurological response in your body to food? Have you ever thought of that before? Anybody here ever thought that before? Maybe 1 or 2, that's about it, right? There is absolutely, undeniably, a neurological response to food in your body. And in fact, you don't even have to eat it. You just have to get close to it, and it will affect your central nervous system. Isn't that wild? We're going to do a little demonstration. So I need somebody who's skeptical, has some skeptical aspects to themselves. They don't know. They've heard it all before. Who's skeptical? I need a skeptic. I need a skeptic here. Somebody. All right, Dan, you've done this before, right? I already tested you. You know how this works. Now it blew you away, didn't it? Okay. Who's my skeptic? Okay, come on up on the stage. And your name is? Victoria, welcome. Okay, are you right-handed or left-handed? Right-handed. Okay, so you're going to stand right here facing the crowd. Okay, so I'm going to do a little muscle testing with you. All right, can kinesiological testing is absolutely valid. It's not scientific, but it's absolutely valid. So the thing is, the central nervous system absolutely responds, and it's immediate. It's absolutely immediate. Ladies, you know, your creepy guy radar goes off, you know it. All right, guys, everybody, you know it, you feel it. When you're in danger, when you're at risk, your body knows it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, so Victoria, I want you to raise your right arm to shoulder height, that's out to your side, right here. Okay, now, using all your strength, okay, well, using a good amount of your strength, I'm going to put 2 fingers on your wrist. I'm going to calibrate my strength to your strength. So I want you to resist me pulling your arm down. So go ahead and resist. Okay, good. All right, so I got a pretty good feel on that. All right, so relax for a second. Shake it out. Okay, good. Now, the central nervous system is in charge. It runs the show. Okay, so now, Victoria, raise your right arm again. Okay, now out loud, I want you to say the words, no, 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 and resist at the same time.
No, 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 no.
Let's try that again. There was nothing there.
No, no, no.
She's a very good test subject because there's absolutely zero strength. I hardly had to push down at all. Hardly at all. Okay, now raise your right arm again. Okay, I want you to say out loud, yes, 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 yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, big difference. Now, this is not a game. You can test this yourself. You can do this with people that you know and love. Absolutely, you can do this. There is an incredible wisdom in the body. Our body knows immediately. When we say no or anything negative, we will lose body strength. We'll go into the sympathetic state. When we say yes, we will be in the parasympathetic state. We will be stronger. Absolutely makes a difference. So now, here's what I want you to do, Victoria. I want you to just hold this phone in your left hand. Now, I want you to think for a moment. I want you to think of someone who you have issues with, all right? They frustrate you, annoy you, irritate you, and make you upset from time to time. Got a person in mind? Okay, very clear? Okay, good. All right, good. Okay, now raise your right arm. Look at your phone. Imagine their name is on the caller ID. Ring, 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 ring. Their name is on the caller ID. And now resist, 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 resist. Nothing. Sympathetic state. Immediately, the thought of that negative person is enough to trigger putting us in the sympathetic state. Our thoughts are powerful, my friends. Thoughts are powerful. There's a great, how many of you have read Think and Grow Rich? Anybody read that book by Napoleon Hill? Absolute classic. Okay, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. Anybody read that book? All right, powerful, isn't it? Our thoughts are incredibly powerful. All right, so the thing is, our thoughts will determine our central nervous system immediately. Okay, so now I want you to think of, Victoria, an amazing human being, somebody that you are encouraged by, you're supported by, that you love spending time with this person. Like every time you're with this person, it's just wonderful. Okay, you got that person in mind? You do? Okay, very good. So raise your right arm. Okay, look at the phone. Ring, 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 ring. Their name is on the caller ID. Resist, 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 resist. Okay, it's huge difference. Huge, huge difference. And you can feel that, can't you?
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, very good. You're not a skeptic anymore because it absolutely happens. When I used to work with athletes, and I've coached athletes for 40 years, mindset is absolutely the game changer in athletic performance. It absolutely is. If you have negative thoughts going into performance, into a competition, what do you think happens? It destroys the capacity in athletic competition. It absolutely does. You got to have a positive mindset going into competitions. No mystery. No mystery. So that's what we want to be able to do for ourselves. So now, Victoria, we're going to do a little bit of work. So now I need another volunteer. Louise, would you be so kind? Okay, come on up. Okay. All right, so Louise, stay right there. Okay. Okay, so Louise, I have a brown paper bag. In this big paper bag, I got a little paper bag. I've got lots of food items in that bag. So here's what I want you to do. Select whatever you want and put it in the brown paper bag and hand it to me so I won't know what's in it. Okay? So I don't know. She's going to put something we can't know either. Okay. Now I'm going to show you. Your body has wisdom beyond your wildest dreams. It absolutely does. Animals know this. Okay. All right. You got this? Okay. So now, here's what I want you to do, Victoria. Hold this over your heart, right next to your heart. Okay? All right. So now, raise your right arm. Okay. Resist, 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 resist. Whew, nothing. Okay. So let's see what's in the bag. All right. I don't know. Victoria doesn't know. Okay, so what's in the brown paper bag? Some candy. So we're going to put that on the left side because that's sympathetic. Okay, all right, put something else in the bag, Louise. We're going to go through some things. Your body knows. Animals already know this. They know which berries to eat and which ones not to eat. They do. Human beings have lost this sense. We don't pay attention to what we put in our body. We don't realize there's a neurological response. Okay, all right, so now, okay, put that right next to your heart. Okay, raise your right arm. Okay, resist, 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 resist. Okay, now she's strong. Okay, big difference. Louise, show us what's in the bag. Oh, organic coffee. For her it works, okay? So we're going to put that on the right side. Okay, put something else in the bag. It was a little weaker, but not too bad. Okay. All right, so she's going to put something else in the bag. We'll see what she's going to put next. I don't know. So I don't know. She doesn't know. Okay. All right. Put this next to your heart. Okay, right next to you. Right next to you. Okay, very good. Okay, resist, 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 resist. There's nothing. Okay, Louise, show us what's in the bag. Oh, how many of you think fish is healthy? Smoked salmon? Oh, it's definite sympathetic response. Okay, Louise, put two more things. We're going to go with two more things in the bag. Just pick two more things. Your body has a wisdom beyond your wildest dream. It really does. And you have to learn to trust it. Okay, all right. So, Victoria, put it right over your heart. There you go. All right, ready? Resist, 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 resist. Nothing. Sympathetic response. All right. Louise, show us what's in the bag. Oh, an energy drink. Anybody do these? Energy drink. Okay. Definite sympathetic response. Okay, one more thing. Okay. All right. Let's put this next to your heart. Right next to you. Okay. Here's your right hand. Okay, resist, resist, resist. Okay, not much. And let's see what's in there. Oh, olive oil. This is the good stuff too. Let me show you something else. Let's put this. I want you to put two right in there. Put one of them in there. Now this will blow your mind. Okay. All right, put that over your heart. Okay, raise your right arm. Resist, 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 resist. Definitely stronger. Okay, good. Definitely stronger. Louise, show us what's in the bag. This will blow your mind, I'm sure. This is a hardened, dehydrated orange. Even in this state, it induces a parasympathetic response. Isn't that wild? Let's try the other one. Okay. This parasympathetic. Sorry. Okay. That over your heart. Okay, raise your right arm. Resist, 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 resist. Okay, definitely stronger. Okay, show us what's in the bag, Louise. This is a dehydrated apple. Dehydrated apple, and yet it still induces a parasympathetic response. Wild, isn't it? Most people look at this and, no, I'm not eating that. It's actually good for you. These things are not. Please give a round of applause to Louise and Victoria. Please, thank you. If you want, give your hand down. There you go. Okay. Yes, absolutely. There, thank you. If I were to test this, it would absolutely induce a parasympathetic response. Whoops, sorry. So, Okay, good. Very good. So isn't that wild? So food actually, it will actually create either a sympathetic or a parasympathetic response in our body, and we don't even have to eat it. So for years, I've been testing my clients who have diabetes and cancer and heart disease, and I'd take them to the supermarket, and I would do this testing with them so that they could actually see, oh, those foods you've been eating induce inflammation. You see, when you induce a sympathetic response and you eat those foods over here, that induces inflammation, which is the root of all chronic disease. Fibromyalgia, lupus, osteoporosis, all of them, the root underlying cause is this inflammation that these things cause. So what we want to be able to do is have an anti-inflammatory effect on our diet and our life. So lifestyle medicine, in addition to those 5 areas, lifestyle medicine talks about hydration, because it's critically important. You can get dehydrated so quickly, a day like today especially. Make sure you drink plenty of water. Second is nutrition. We've talked about that. A plant-based, a whole food plant-based nutrition is now endorsed by the American College of Lifestyle Medicine, the American Medical Association, the American Diabetic Association, the Diabetes Canada, and a whole host of other organizations now. Did you know that? There's over a dozen scientific organizations that today support a plant-based diet as optimal for health. Did you know that? How many of you did not know that? You did not know that. You're so happy to hear that. How many of you are so happy to hear that? Isn't that great? Yeah, so it's growing. The awareness is growing. It really is. It's outstanding. So there are many ways that we can eat. There's a spectrum of different types of dietary approaches. Now, a lot of people take on dietary approaches for a particular reason. What's the number one reason that most people change their diet? To lose weight. Isn't that crazy? You want to know what the success rate is of dietary approach, changing your diet to lose weight? Less than 5%. Less than 5%. So what we have to be able to do to really be effective is not focus on losing weight. We have to focus on changing our lifestyle. Changing our lifestyle, our total lifestyle. So that's what we have to do. The other areas of lifestyle medicine include physical activity. We recommend 150 to 300 minutes of physical activity per week. Emotional well-being and stress management, critically important for our health, because when we're stressed, it puts us in the sympathetic state. And then sleep. Sleep is critically important for our health. I mean, how many of you feel you would be absolutely healthy on 3 hours of sleep a night? Right? It's so important. We've got to get our sleep. It really makes a difference. So sleep is important. Substance reduction in lifestyle medicine, we know that there are certain substances that are addictive that cause many different kinds of problems. So that includes alcohol and nicotine and caffeine. Yes, caffeine is a drug, my friends. It's the kissing cousin of nicotine, in case you didn't know. All right, it is. Absolutely. The molecular structure of caffeine and nicotine are so similar that in order to purify caffeine and nicotine, the process is exactly the same. Did you take a full year of organic chemistry in school? You did. So we did that experiment. Dr. Wiley said, oh, today's experiment, we're going to take on an alkaloid. By the way, you didn't know that nicotine and caffeine are alkaloids, which means they're fabulous pesticides. Did you know? Did you know? They're fabulous pesticides. You take tobacco leaves, put it in the garden, or you take coffee grounds, you put it in the garden, it will kill the snails. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Why would you put anything in your body that kills anything else? I don't know. Doesn't sound like a good proposition to me. So anyway, we had the experiment to extract nicotine or caffeine, and Dr. Wiley said, oh, a word of warning before you start the experiment. If you choose to extract the nicotine, and before you get it to a powder form, when it's in a liquid form, be extremely careful. Because so much as one tiny little drop touching your skin, and you will be dead in 5 seconds. That's how toxic nicotine is. So when I asked my question, I said, okay, Dr. Wiley, I'm clear I'm not doing the nicotine experiment. What about caffeine? Because they're kissing cousins here. He says, oh, I'm glad you asked. I hate it when he said that. It won't quite kill you, but it will make you very sick. If you are young or older, it could kill you. That's comforting. We all did the caffeine experiment that day, and none of us did the nicotine extraction at all. Caffeine is a drug. It absolutely is, and it's one of the most highly addictive drugs that we have in our culture. So it absolutely is. The other area is really important is healthy relationships. Healthy relationships has been shown in the research to be actually more important for your health than your cholesterol level. Absolutely. Because how many of you have relationships with people that sometimes cause you a little too much stress? Raise your hands. Liars, raise your hands too. Okay, so the thing about it is that relationships really makes a difference on our longevity. It really does. So those are the areas of lifestyle medicine, and what we want to do is take on a holistic approach that really addresses the four energies of what we have as human beings. Physical energy, which is our body, but then there's also emotional energy, how we feel. There's also mental energy, how we think and concentrate and focus and solve problems. And then there's also spiritual energy. I'm not talking about religion here, I'm talking about a sense of purpose and motivation and being able to really live a value-driven life. So those are all important. And this is what I've been addressing for many, many years, and I was so happy and phenomenally excited to become part of lifestyle medicine because this is really consistent with what I've believed in for a very long period of time. So it's important for us to do that. Now, when it comes to the dietary approaches, there are many ways that we can eat. Some people try to lose weight, and they follow, for instance, the paleo diet or the ketogenic diet. They want to lose weight, and they want to lose it quickly. I've had people come to me and they say, I've got a high school reunion in 1 month. I need to lose 30 pounds. Are you kidding me? All right, that's just nuts. It's just nuts. Don't do that. So the paleo diet, yes, you can lose weight quickly. Yes, the ketogenic diet, you can lose weight quickly. However, the research is clear that those dietary approaches lead to long-term increased risk of chronic diseases. All of them. So that's what we're seeing in the research. Now, those are what we call pro-inflammatory diets. They contribute to and cause inflammation. Now, some people say, oh, I've got this inflammation now. Now I need to be on the anti-inflammatory protocol. So it's called AIP. How many of you are familiar with AIP? Anybody here? Sometimes some people are. So AIP is this protocol, is very popular. A lot of doctors prescribe this for their patients with some kind of chronic inflammatory condition. And so it's a little bit better. What they do is they take out the dairy and they go to grass-fed beef and grass-fed meat, and they take out the processed foods. So it's a little bit better. However, it's still causing inflammation. So it's not quite enough. So then we have the vegan diet. So here's what I talk about is that people sometimes say, well, I want to be vegan, which is really great. I mean, they want to be vegan for the animals. They want to be vegan for the environment. Fabulous, absolutely legitimate reasons. But a lot of times we can get into trouble with our health. It is possible to be an unhealthy vegan because you can have a lot of processed foods. So it's possible to have no meat or no dairy and no eggs in your diet, but you can have a lot of processed foods. And today we've got a bit of a